this feeling, baby, we're invincible.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Rebuilding Notts County. As always, if you are enjoying the save, drop a like on the video. That really helps out the channel, helps us find new people, I suppose. Today I thought we'd have a look at Adam Bennett, the youth player that came through, the sort of star of our academy, if you can call it that, of the last youth intake, just to see how he's settled in. He is slowly improving, I guess. I mean, that's 1.5 stars now. It's a decent amount of pros about him, and I'm sure he could probably come to a solid level, really. I mean, this is actually like possible championship kind of quality. So at the end of the day, he's not that bad, but he's not like going to be a future star for us. He's played a few non-competitive games in the youngster squad, couple of goals, a goal in there. But more only that, our under-19 team, they're so patchy, right? One season they'll be like appalling, and then the next season, i.e. this one, they've gone and won their bloody under-19, the Alliance League. So I don't know what's happened with that. They are really, really good this year. They've won it on the final day, I think, with the last victory, plus 37 goal difference, smashing goals in. Don't know why that happens. I'm really hoping that once the youth level is upgraded, everything will be dandy on that as well. Little update on the stadium. I had a little look, and it's still there. The plans are set to finish on, I believe, the 9th of June 2029. So at the end of next season, we will be moving into our new stadium, which means season 12 will be in the brand new Meadow Lane complex. So again, I need ideas for the name of the stadium, serious ones that we can use potentially, because I can change it to anything I want using that little trick we used before. So yeah, definitely need to drop those in the comments now. I'm going to use this video as a chance. So if you've got an idea for the name of the stadium, put it in the comments here. We're also going to go and look at the other leagues after this, because the season has taken a really long time, and as a result, it means that the other leagues are already in their like playoffs right about now. Whereas we've got Manchester City at home today, and I'm concerned because we've not lost a single home game in the league yet, and our last one, number 19, is at home against the champions. So confusion there, and then away at Bournemouth. There's a lot on the line today with the fact that we're not going to be in Europe unless we do well. Now, there has been a slight bonus. Since we've got no off-camera games, we can talk about that immediately. So let's go do that now. And that is the fact that we were playing on the Sunday, and Spurs lost 2-1 to Leicester City in their match. So we've now got a game in hand on Spurs and a point lead. So if we were to get a point against Manchester City today, we would move 2 clear of Spurs, therefore meaning that we'd only need to get a point away at Bournemouth on the final day in order to actually sneak 6th spot and in theory guarantee ourselves Europa League football next year. Now, there are some other spanners that could potentially thrown in, because I'm concerned that maybe we might end up getting EC2 due to the fact that a non-European team qualified won the FA Cup. So I'm concerned that we might end up getting EC2 for 6th spot. And if we do, then we do, because I think that would be quite a fun competition to have next year, because I think we'd be the absolute favourites to go and win that, and I think that would be pretty damn cool. So it's not the end of the world if we do end up getting EC2. I'm not really sure how that's given out, really. It seems to go to the lowest placed, or if that doesn't happen, the League Cup winners, but that's Chelsea, so they're probably going to get in the in the Champions League. So it's a very, very confusing situation right about now. The Spurs game was a weird one. Leicester City had a player sent off while they were 1-0 up. I think it was Ndidi. They then scored in the 90th minute, and then Harry Kane got on back for Spurs, but they were able to stay in front. Manchester United, as you can see, beat Bournemouth 3-0, therefore essentially making it very difficult for us to overcome them, but it's all about us and Spurs, really. That is where the massive battle lies. So, no Santana means that, well, we'll do the shuffle. And the problem is, this game is not that long after our Europa League disappointment against Manchester United either. So we'll go Dubois and Assman like so. Fernandez or Chitty. Chitty, you're going to be, he's just too knackered. Alberto, Celso and Perrier. We're going to have to go with this because we just need to. Griff will be on the bench, of course. Nielsen isn't really fit, so we'll get Rodea on instead of Gajic. I'm not super confident. We do have Sean Lancaster up in the squad now, which is nice. I'm not going to bugger about. We're going to go with our full strength, full all guns blazing, not all guns blazing, our like standard home approach. We've not beaten in 18 home games. Might even be more than that in the league if you count last season too. Does make you think though. Couple of little tweaks and we might be on for something next season. Avenge them, I say. Avenge them! An awful lot on the line here. That home record, I would take a point. If we got a draw against City here, I would consider that a very, very good point, because that would leave us needing only a point at Bournemouth in the final match of the season, really, to actually get ourselves that 6th spot, which is very, very important. Because I would say, after a season the way we've had, the amount of points we've gained this year over last season, for us to not get into Europe next year would be absolutely ridiculous. But that's life sometimes. But if we were to somehow not qualify for Europe, it would give us quite some chance at having a real crack at Champions League next year, just because we have no Europa League games to distract us. Oh, Ferrer's already through, and it's an insanely good stop from Marvin Suarez. How is Hugo Fernandez already booked? Ferrer. Oh, this is what I'm talking about. Sonogo. Because then we end up with this overload at the back post, and then Bernardo Silva scored for Manchester City inside 3 minutes. They deserve that. They've created the best chances of the game comfortably. 82% possession so far. They've just controlled this. I have a horrible feeling our home record is going to be going down the toilet today, and that Bournemouth match has just got a lot more important, because Spurs' final game of the season I don't think is against a difficult team to beat. I think wide play is going to be super important. Oh no, Hugo, come on buddy. Oh, what a great goal from Danny. We are our own worst enemy in this match, and I think our unbeaten home record is going down the toilet today. I don't know what Hugo Fernandes is doing here. Like, that being said, Danny probably still shouldn't be scoring directly from that. It's a great finish, though. But, oh, dear. We've not had a shot yet. Right, okay. At this point, we've got absolutely zero choice. I'm switching over to the high press, high attacking approach, going down the wings as well, adjusting a few little bits and bobs, but nevertheless, that's going to be the approach. Now, we've got no choice for the rest of this game. Danny's free kick, and now they've scored a direct free kick as well. And we've not had a shot in this match yet. I think the chances of us getting Europe next year are going to heavily rely on how we do in that Bournemouth game. It's a great finish from Danny. Possibly keeper should have done better, though. He's already in the position to save that. Danny's only got 6 goals all season, 2 of which have been today. But that's life, I guess. Jean Carlos, not the worst clearance. He's actually let Stepanek have that. Thomas Stepanek's through! Yes, okay, Thomas Stepanek gets one back with our very first shot of the game, would you believe? We've got ourselves sort of back into it. Really good individual play there from Thomas Stepanek. Great work from Jean Carlos. Dreadful defending from City, though. Their defender, I don't know what he's doing. But then Stepanek really does do a wonderful job here. I thought he was going to fluff it, but he has actually done a brilliant job of beating Edison there. 3-1 at Meadow Lane. The comeback is on? Probably not. Cool. We're giving up a lot of free kicks now, unfortunately, but that's just the life of this type of approach now. Stepanek was available again. What is that? I'm sorry, why did that's something I'm seeing a lot more of as well, and not just for us, just everyone. He has the perfect opportunity to just kick that forward, but instead they kick it directly out for a corner. They actually have to turn around and do it. Very, very poor first half. Unless there's a miracle on the cards in this second half, I think our home record is going to be going down the toilet. Darren Lever's been poor. We need Santana. I mean, we can't complain. We've had 2 shots in the entire match. Like, that's not a winning mentality. Danny, Ferrer, Riccardi. Celso all clear. Okay, Darren, what you got for me, mate? That's a really good ball. Jean Carlos, can he be the hero? He's not done great this season. He's found Stepanek again. And he's sort of, yeah, aimlessly drilled. There was a better ball on, I think, there. Acres of space for Alberto. Lever's dragging his defender inside. And that's why side netting. That's what he does. He's just moving slightly deeper. Lever being in field is leaving a lot more space for Alberto on those overlaps. And not the worst ball in the world. And Jean-Carl Asman will get there. Guerra! Yes, we're back in the match. Notts County 2, Manchester City 3. Jose Lelson Guerra with his 20th goal of the season. He has finally hit the first player, I think, since like Wes Thomas to hit 20 goals in a season for us. Maybe Twaizi did it. I can't remember. Lovely finish from him. Lovely stuff there. Brilliant. Paulo Asman with the assist. Right, half an hour. Can we do this? Uh-oh. Corner kick to us. Guerra's delivery. And it's cleared away and Lever. He can't get the shot away. Oh, God. Now we've got a breakaway. 10 minutes to go. Notts County 2, Manchester City 3. Darren. I don't think that was necessary, Darren. He's not had the best game, has he? And now we're in trouble. Guerra's won it, though. Is there one last flicker? No. The flicker was immediately stubbed out with water. It's going to be Notts County 2, Manchester City 3. Our unbeaten home record is going to go on the final day of the season. And it's our fault. We played... Oh, of course, because they've won the title, haven't they? So this is their celebration. Cheers, lads. Disappointing, I gotta say. We started off so poorly in this match to find ourselves that far behind so quickly. Great work from Stepanek and Guerra to get us back in it, but 29 fouls. I mean, there's no surprise we got the red card in the end there. Darren Lever played poorly all game, but we had no replacement because Santana, and I'm concerned about the fact that Lever's going to now be suspended for the Bournemouth match and we don't have a left winger. That could genuinely be a massive problem. Right then, we're back. Final day of the season. We're away at Bournemouth. Spurs host Southampton, who do kind of need a victory, so it's certainly not them out of the woods yet. But I don't know. I have a horrible feeling we're going to finish this season not in Europe. That would kind of suck. Also, good/bad news, but I think it'd be good for the save overall. The final of the playoffs is Derby versus Nottingham Forest for the Championship. And I'd kind of like Forest to come up, because imagine having Nottingham Forest and Notts County in the Premier League to play against them in the top flight next year would be freaking cool, because Ricky Griffiths would score 10 goals against them, and that's always good. And if we do come up. If they do come up next year, then I promise I'll start Ricky Griffiths against them just to see if he can pull off his magic once again. Yeah, so Lever is suspended. So I don't know who to play there. I guess it's going to have to be Guerra. Who else have we actually got that could really conceivably go in that role? Amazingly, Alberto is considered there too, but we've got no one else to play left back. It's going to have to be Guerra, just because he's got that quality, and he can play on both feet, in fairness. So I want that way round. Chitiu is back, which should help us in some ways. The back line is solid. Alberto's still a bit knackered, but what choice have we got? It's concerning. I'm not liking the fact that we're going to have Guerra there, but you never know. Maybe he could do something from deep today. One last performance to cheer for the fans. That's a good sign. I don't know. Europe is very much on the line here, lads. And there's a lot of other things on the line too, so we've got to keep an eye on things down at the bottom of the league as well. There's an awful lot of stuff that could potentially happen today with regards to signings for next season, our place in the world. Like a Spurs draw would allow us to get a draw here. That's what we do know. And we're already behind after 2 minutes from a corner. Igor, his first goal of the season comes against us, and now we're already in trouble. Give me strength. Fernando's balling. We've conceded so few goals from corners this year. I think it's 2 all season from corners, and would have to be today, wouldn't it? Although I'm very concerned that Manchester United defeat is going to send us onto another downward spiral, just like the result against Leeds did, where we then couldn't buy a win in like 5 matches. I don't know what that was, or where that was intended to go. Fernando. Chitiu does nicely, but he's lost out on the second attempt here. Can he get back on it? No, he can't. Fernando again. Oriana. How are these going in? 2-0 down in 9 minutes. It's exactly the same as the Manchester City game. I don't know what's going on. That's what I mean about the away record. This is Bournemouth, for crying out loud. Asman, just, there we go. Good work. Thomas Stepanek now. He's got to look for Mpepo. He's peeled off perfectly here. It's not the best ball to him, unfortunately. But there's men in the box. And one of them is Stepanek. Asman, what a save by Davidson. Good chance not taken. I'm hoping that the sheer quality of our press will be enough to dislodge them repeatedly. Asman. So it's through from Peppo. And that one is now wide. Go on, Thomas. Go on, Ooh. Oh. The amount of times that's been a red card for us. The amount of times we've had players sent off for exactly that, and it doesn't happen. Oriano. Angry sipping intensifies. I give up. How does that... I realise we've had to play some players out of positions and whatnot, but it's just like earlier this season when the moment we lost that game to Leeds, we couldn't buy a win. Like, there's bad, and then there's what we've just witnessed over the last 2 matches. Just complete incompetence in the highest order. Now we're down to 10 men temporarily. How are Spurs still not winning against Southampton? Imagine if after all this, we still ended up qualifying for Europe because Spurs couldn't beat... Hi, guys, are you planning on doing any defending anytime soon? Dubois, he's just not been able to find passes today. Fernandez. Asman, John Carlos, Stephen, are you shitting me? One of you put one on target, please. Spurs are now officially winning. Although weirdly, it's added a second green spot to there. So I'm a little bit interested in that. It's still an utter embarrassment, the way that we've conducted ourselves in these parts. Griffiths has got it. He's going to shoot and probably miss. And yes, of course. But still, we got in there. That was better than nothing. Fernandez. That wasn't, though. Nothing would have been better. The thing I'm finding most hilarious is that our chance creation hasn't even been that bad. Like, it's matched them. On the plus side, Leeds look like they are going to go down, so we can definitely grab ourselves a new centre-back. Or at least another solid one for next season. But it does look like that season is going to not be in Europe. Thanks to... Well, no, let's see. Maybe there's a... I've misjudged all of that, and we actually are going to be in Europe next year, but I don't think so. Well, hey, at the end of the day, it's a massive improvement over last season, but fuck me, I'm disappointed. Seriously. To have the season going the way that we have in certain spells, you lose a game, and then bam, 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 you just lose a few more. Then you finally scrape a 1-0 victory. Although, admittedly, the Spurs game in there was pretty good. But then, such an incredible winning run. And then the moment you lose a game, loss, draw. Then we managed to get ourselves a couple of results against weaker side, which then put us back onto a good run again. But then the moment we lost that Manchester United game, it was off again. Admittedly, we were missing some players still, but it's crazy. But there is the positive side of that in that we will not have European football to concentrate on next year, which means we can fully concentrate on trying to qualify for like the Champions League next year, really thrashing out a good season, because we'll have a lot more fresh players. We'll have less injuries as a result of it, and it means that we'll be playing with, a little bit more... we can really crash into those league games. Oh, it stings. It's not been a good last couple of episodes in terms of the way things have gone. We weren't unlucky against Bournemouth by any stretch. We were just shit. Right when you needed us not to be. Also, excuse my fury in places, but it just, when you see things slip away like that, it's like, so the Championship, Brighton and Norwich, no surprises there, come up. I wish it would, I just wish FM was a little bit better at this. It's just the same teams coming up and down every freaking season. Although, at this time, at least it'll be Nottingham Forest or Derby that come up. Down go, no, Scunthorpe, they finally got relegated, and Chesterfield, their first season at that level did not go so well. Hull City also go down with them. In the League One playoffs, Mansfield and Forest Green are in the playoffs in League One. Millwall and Bolton both come back to the Championship. Down go Bristol Rovers, Charlton, Oldham, and of course, Colchester. So Bolton back to the Championship though. Sunderland still languishing. Grimsby and Tranmere in the League 2 playoffs. Oxford United, Northampton and Blackpool go back up, despite Blackpool losing their last 4 matches. Stockport get relegated from League 2, along with Ebbsfleet United. That's such a shame for Stockport. Massive, massive shame. Any surprise teams that are still doing quite well? Chester doing solidly. Of course, they've got Julian Burgess on loan from us. And in the National League, Wimbledon and Newport County come up. Kidderminster, Southport, Gateshead and Basingstoke go down. Guiseley and Fyle, they're right up there. They just never quite take that final step. Right, well, there you go. A disappointing end to the season, undoubtedly, but it's all about progress, and I still think it's been a massively progressive season for us. And with the right signings to strengthen and just tweaking some stuff on the away games, perhaps, just to make ourselves a little bit tighter, I think we can really have a crack at it next year, particularly as we won't be playing in Europe. We can go after the cups a little bit more vociferously and, yeah, try and win some silverware through those means. We still came 7th in the Premier League. That's still not a bad result, and we gained, what, 14 points more than last season? That's a massive step up. And as long as we can get a few more points than this season, next season, I think we're going to be in with a real shot at definitely Europe, but hopefully Champions League if we really do push it. And Guerra, I'm disappointed that he only got 17 in the league in total. But maybe it's just the service around him. Still not sure about that attacking midfield role, in honesty. I think maybe there's another approach that might work better for us. Still not sure what that is. Anyway, if you're new to the channel, and if you like the video, like it, that'd be cool. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, and I'll see you guys very soon. Analysis later today, where we're just going to go over everything. And as always, hold your gun, capybara. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.